It'll probably look a little shitty, but
That's the point.
it'll be fine.
Okay.
Hey, baby. I didn't know you were going to join us.
My question is, how many other people did you ask before you asked me?
You're the only person.
Really?
The only person
Why?
I've asked. I wanted to get like a few under the belt before I went off and started asking random strangers.
Fair.
But yeah, eventually I will. I just want to be like, oh, fuck it, I'll ask whoever.
Yeah.
I don't care. Anybody that I find interesting, I want to just be like, tell me your life story. And do it. But I figured you'd be a good start. Oh.
Thanks, man. Your next guest should be Shaq.
I think that's a great idea. I can't believe I just spilled my coffee all over my deck. But
I spilled my coffee twice already in my hand.
all right, are you ready for my questions?
I hate this already. Yeah, I'm ready. How many do you have?
Dude, I couldn't stop.
You have any Zyn?
Dude, I have 9 milligrams. I've been trying these Velos.
9 milligrams?
And yeah, I think it'd probably make you puke.
It definitely would. What was the one that I had that I was like out on your in the garage?
That was the
3.
6. No, those are
Was
6
it 6
milligrams. Yeah, but you took like 2 or 3 of those.
Oh, did I?
Yeah, you were huffing on those all night, dude. You were going crazy.
I was a Zyn freak.
You were. I've only gotten nicotine poisoning like once or twice in my life.
Where you threw up?
Yeah, I threw up the first time I had the Copenhagen long cut. I don't know if you've ever had that, and that like destroyed me. I was only in like 6th grade, and this like little
crazy.
I was hanging out with an older kid or whatever. Like he was. I don't even know what that kid's up to now, but like I was hanging out with him, and he was just like a country piece of garbage trash.
An older kid?
Yeah.
So they weren't in our grade?
Not in our grade. I don't even think you know who he is.
Damn.
I wanted to ask you, because I never actually got to follow up. From when you got your car stolen, not stolen, but broken into. What did they take out of it?
Just my wallet.
That's it.
Nothing else. Yeah, nothing else.
Did you have anything else in there? Like just a bunch of junk and trash or clothing or like what did you have?
It's just my wallet, like.
And you just had to get a bunch of new IDs. Didn't buy anything on your credit cards.
They went to Wawa.
No.
They got gas. Yeah, they got gas.
That's it.
Wawa. And then they got gas, and then a couple days later, the cops called me, and then they said like, "Hey, we found your debit card in an active investigation," and I was like, "Damn!" And then.
And they didn't follow up and tell you like what it was for, like
no, I asked, and they couldn't divulge it. So
no.
I asked if they had the wallet, and they were like, "Nah, just the cards." And I was like, "Fuck." Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
That's
So there you go. Yeah.
You don't have any questions for me. You didn't write anything.
I didn't bring anything.
Dude, you're a flake.
I'm sorry.
Alright, these are gonna get... Well, also, are you gonna join rugby, though, all seriousness, or no?
I'm still thinking about it.
What would make you jump over the hump?
I don't know. Like,
I can't persuade you. It's not... Because I know you're super flaky, so, like, if I don't keep on you, you're not gonna do it.
I think I would try. I don't know. How much of a time commitment is it? Like
2 days a week, and then on weekends there's a game.
But you're not in the season right now.
One more game next week, and that's it.
And you do how many seasons are there in a year?
Just one.
Just one.
But it's like weird. It's like one of those weird. I don't know. It's the only sport that I know of that like does it where it's like it'll start, and then take a break during winter, and then start back up again, and that's still the same season.
So you start in spring and go all the way in.
And then you basically take like a month or 2 break for winter, and then it picks up again. I don't know if that's how it's like done all over the world, but I just know that's how it's done here.
Yeah, I think I would join. My biggest concern is getting injured, because it's like
that's the scariest thing.
Notorious like for destroying your body.
Every time I go into a game, I'm just like, please don't.
Right, like what if like I don't know, like what's your biggest like injury fear? Like knees? I don't know. I feel like for me it's knees.
Breaking like a bone would be horrible, or tearing ACLs, or like any kind of like
an Achilles or something like that. Yeah,
just like tearing one of those that you need to like walk or something. I feel like would be like, I don't know, game ending. Just like, oh man, I have to lay on the couch for months and just.
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't want to be like bedridden because I wanted to try rugby at 20, 25, 26 after not playing any sports in my life. Like, I feel like that's a recipe for disaster. I'm just asking for like blown out knees.
I think you'll be fine, dude. You work out, right?
Yeah.
What I wanted
You
to
can't
ask.
tell?
I wanted to ask you because you were getting on your high horse the other day.
No. I wasn't a high horse.
Why? What's so hard or different about your lifts? Apparently, that you can't do a 2-a-day with me.
I think a 2-a-day is ridiculous.
You're crazy.
No, why would I do? You don't actually. Okay, so you don't have a. You have a job. You have a desk job, right?
Yes, it's fantastic.
So you can. You're not tiring your body at all.
Yeah. What are you doing all day? You're on your feet.
Yeah, all the time.
Like, explain. Yeah, but if you're just standing there, whatever.
No. I'm walking around. I'm moving. I'm picking shit up.
Dude, I'll tell you right now. I used to, when I was working masonry, I would work out in the morning, go to masonry for 8 hours, and then go home and then run after work.
Yeah.
Miles. You can do it. It's not the end.
You were an elite high school athlete.
I was a specimen.
I was in band for like a year.
I'm sorry, were you actually? What did you play?
I was trumpet.
Can you still play?
No, I can't. I've unlearned it. Just like the N-word.
I didn't even honestly remember you being in band ever.
Not in high school. Middle school.
So it was only middle school.
That
doesn't even count.
I quit before high school.
That doesn't even count.
Yeah, but when you start, like, you started with what, wrestling?
Yeah, in middle school, and then I continued to.
So your base is wrestling.
Uh-huh.
My base is blowing into a piece of metal. Like, it's not... It doesn't translate. You're like, I'm running miles a day.
Well, you're going to the gym constantly. How many days a week you go to the gym?
4.
Yeah, so you can go...
I'm not going twice a day.
No, I'm not saying you have to go twice a day. I'm just saying you could also do rugby, too, and...
That is true.
I was asking you one day to come lift with me, but...
Yeah, and I had already went. I just got home from the gym. Fresh pump. I was looking pretty good, to be honest with you.
How much you weigh now?
I went 208 right now.
Wow, we weigh the same.
That's crazy.
I weighed...
Because you have significantly more muscle than me.
I weighed in this morning and I was 208.
Wow.
I can't believe that. That's actually kind of nuts. How tall are you?
Like 6'5".
Oh.
No, I'm not 6'5". I'm like 6'1".
Okay.
6'1".
No, because I'm 6'2". You're taller than me. You're like 6'1".
You're not 6'2"?
Dude, I guarantee. Guarantee it.
I don't think you are.
I guarantee
Your license may say it.
I know there's a lot of men that lie about their height, but I am not one of them.
You lived on an incline, too.
Yeah, so obviously.
That kind of skewed. Yeah. If you measure at home, it's not.
You're right. I wasn't thinking about that. What do you eat? You dieting or anything like that, or you just fucking...
I mean, yeah, I don't know. I'm not, like, eating junk, I guess. I don't know.
Okay, I was just curious.
What do you eat?
Garbage.
I don't watch your YouTube.
Garbage.
Do you really?
Yeah, I don't even eat a lot of, like, real protein. I supplement most of my protein with, like, shakes and bars.
It's hard not to. It's so easy.
Yeah, it's like, I don't want to, like, sit down and be like, I have to make a steak. And, like,
I love steak, though.
I love it, but it's, like, the process of cooking and cleaning and the whole time that it takes to do it. It's like, I don't want to do this. It's all about the convenience for me. It's like, I just want to go out and, like, just pay somebody to just give me food.
That's weird because you make your coffee the way you do.
I feel like this is pretty simplistic. Just heat it, pour it.
You have 3 different things that you're using. You're using 2 different...
A kettle and a piece of glass to pour it over.
Yeah.
That's it. That's easy.
But that's like so much more complicated than pressing a button and letting it...
I think it's pretty middle ground. I think it's right in the middle. Like
I guess you're not like grinding up the...
I'm not gonna go into that. I wish I had the patience, but I just don't have the patience to be like, let me grind my coffee up. And
how often do you lift twice a day?
Nowadays, close to never.
Oh, so that was an anomaly.
Yeah. Well, that's like when I was like, I'm gonna get so jacked and like.
Yeah.
It worked for a while, but it's so hard to stay consistent like that. Like I just can't. You can't just be like, I'm gonna do this every day. It's like you'll see like insane. Like if you do it for a month, you'll see insane. Like you'll be like, wow, I'm so ripped, I'm so jacked.
What do you like when you're lifting? Do you have like a goal? Like, are you strength training or are you like trying to get like larger muscles? Are you training like
a little bit of both? I really don't even care, to be honest with you.
You just go in and throw stuff.
Dude, I've been going to the gym so like literally my whole life, and even though you probably can't tell or whatever, but like I've gotten to the point where
Yeah, I know you can't tell, but
I don't have like, dude, some people I see in there and they've only been doing it for like a couple of years or whatever. Whether they're on juice or not, I don't know, but
yeah.
I feel like they just look so much like jacked and more like. I'm like, dude, the amount of time that I put in, it's kind of embarrassing that I'm not bigger.
Right.
Like.
Right.
But, like, I think it's more because I'm just lazy. Like, I do think that there's something to, like, people be like, oh, just go to the gym or get in there or whatever. But I do think that there's something to, like, getting in there.
That's good.
And actually, it's delightful,
That was
right?
the first sip I had. Yeah, that's good.
And actually trying. Because I just go into the gym and don't really try. And I actually don't think I see a lot of results from that.
Well, that's, yeah.
The only time I feel like I actually get a good lift in is when I'm lifting with somebody. So.
Those are the best.
Yeah, because you're just like, oh, I'm going to lift more than you bastard. And then like, I'm going to lift more than you or whatever. So you just try to, like, out-rep and out-weight.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and
it's like a competition.
And it just, like, when I see the best results is when I'm lifting with somebody consistently.
That's true.
And I, like, cannot motivate myself in the gym. I'm just like,
Yeah, it's tough. I think, do you have, like, a program you do or just...
I had this, this guy who does, like, shows. He's like actually in natural bodybuilding.
Not IFBB, but like
I don't know what he just does a bunch of competitions. He like doesn't drink and anything. And I was like, dude, I gotta get as jacked as you, man. I was like, you gotta build me a program. And he was just like, really? And then he was like so excited and
really
built me a program. So that I've just been on his program that he built for me for like a couple weeks. It's literally just like chest, back, Monday, Tuesday, and then Wednesday. I think legs, and then there's like basically miscellaneous stuff Thursday, Friday, for like shoulders, like stuff like that.
Right.
A little bit of legs worked into Thursday and Friday, and it's just like basically a full body Thursday, Friday, and then the rest is basically compound, push pull day, and then a leg day. And I don't know, it's all right. Like I said though, I don't think I'm in there by myself, so it's just like so hard to motivate myself.
Yeah, it is tough. I started like going more consistently at the new year. I know it's kind of like cliche.
Yeah, so did I.
I don't know. I've hurt my back like 4 times. Like from
you
when
deadlift a lot?
No, I squatting. It's like squatting.
Yeah.
So I've hurt my back like 3 times, and I became kind of like what's the word, like
hesitant?
Yeah, hesitant to like go in and actually push myself. But now I'm actually like I'm prioritizing my technique way more than
your weight.
Yeah. And
I can't deadlift. I try to. I'm like, if I don't deadlift,
done it in a while.
I don't do it because I always feel like I'm like
gonna pass out.
I just feel like I kink my back like 100 times out of 100 every time I deadlift. I'm just like I don't even understand what body, but like I know it's supposed to be what your back and your legs, but I feel like every time I do a deadlift, I feel like I'm hurt. And not actually, like, I'm not like, oh, wow, that was a great, like, lift. Like, I totally...
Oh, yeah, I've never finished a deadlift and been like, that was a good one.
Yeah.
It's always like, Jesus
like,
Christ,
that
get me out of here.
feel good.
Yeah.
Like, but, yeah, I also, yeah. I wanted to ask you, like, when you actually did the podcast at that place that you used to, like, work at part-time, like, what did you guys do for it? Like, what did you just talk about? Like, did you have, like, a niche or, like, a topic? Or,
yeah, it was film-related. So
it's all, like, movie reviews or...
Not reviews, but like they would pick a theme each week, and then for the week building up to it, you would have like whoever was on would have like, or the people that were on would have like the whole week to find movies that align with that theme. I forget what certain themes that we had were because it was like a nothing podcast. It was really like just awful, but I think we did like animated movies one week, and then we talked about like our favorite animated movies and stuff.
Were you like a constant reoccurring like?
I tried not to be. I was on like a couple times, and I was just I was so new to the group, and I didn't have like a chemistry not an on-screen chemistry with them. Not like I have with you.
I would have slapped the shit out of you, dude.
But no, like it was just film related, but it wasn't like. I feel like there wasn't any like. Magic, you know what I mean? Like it was just like
it was just whatever. You were just doing it, going through the motions.
I think everyone was like conscious of the fact that they were on camera, and they didn't want to.
Dude, I can't get away from that feeling. Like as much as I feel like I've
even now.
Yeah, what do you mean?
Yeah, even now.
Like
seriously?
Yeah, have you? Have you ever just been like forgot that something was filming? I like always am conscious. I always feel like there's like another part of my head being like, oh, like worried about the perception or whatever of or like
Yeah.
what I'll say or like dead time or like does this look good or like it's like a perform. I feel like
Are
I'm
you
always.
doing that right now?
I'm literally trying not to.
Yeah. That's the thing. Like, I know this is a nothing in my life.
It doesn't mean yeah. So
This is a
like
blip on
it doesn't
my
even matter.
timeline.
Yeah, I'm a side character to you.
You are, and not even a good one. Like one of the annoying ones
The one that
that you
always
don't want
asks
to
you
come
hang
back.
out. Yeah. But I
No.
always rope your flaky ass in.
You do. Silver tongue over here. No, I can't give an answer as to how to get rid of that kind of.
Do you know? Do you feel like you have a perform like one of
No, I do like have it. Not right now, but
Yeah.
like we also don't sit around and talk a lot.
Yeah, it's not like the only time I feel like we talk is like when we're actually actively doing something or
Yeah.
Tosh is there.
Yeah. The bridge. Yeah, that's true. Like I don't know. I yeah. Like so, I don't do this a lot.
Yeah. Do you talk to a lot of people just generally?
Yeah, I always try to pick people's brains and stuff.
Yeah.
Like if I'm at work or something.
Those are always the most interesting, like the old people who got caught into like something, and you're like,
Yeah, those
I
are.
don't want to be like you, but I am so curious to see how your brain
Yeah,
works.
I had a guy out at my job who's like, he worked there for a week. He was like 50, and I got to talk to him, and he was like, he was in the military. He traveled the world. Like he got to see all this shit, and now he's like working at a factory. And I was like, this isn't like, his whole life story is way more interesting than mine, and we're at the same place right now. I always find that interesting. But then you meet some people who like have no ambition, and they just bug the fuck out of me. Like they really bother me. You know what I mean?
Do you ever? Do they bother you because you're just like, oh shit? Do you see a part of yourself? Because I always feel like I am like, oh, I hate those people because it's like I just don't want that to be me.
I think I used to be that way. Now I just don't understand not having drive. Yeah, like there's, especially people our age, I talk to at work, and I'm like, what do you like to do, like, when you're not here? And they just, I've had this answer like 3 times already. They say, I don't know, this is verbatim, I don't know, I don't really have any ambitions.
No, they
dude, 100%, how do you fucking say that to a person you don't even know? Where's your confidence, man? Like, what? That bugs me. There's something that gets under my skin. I don't think it's like, I don't want it to be me. Obviously, I don't want it to be me. But, like, I just don't understand how someone could have... I think that's impossible for you to not have
a drive. Do you ever think, though? I feel like I always think that... I've been thinking about this a lot lately, actually. It's just, like, when I was younger, I feel like I was less nihilistic towards the world. Like I didn't, like, think that... Like, I just feel like everything just doesn't matter now. The older I get, nothing actually matters at all. Like, what you say, what you do. Like... And I mean that, like, in the sense of just, like, is it worth even trying to do stuff? Because it's just, like, it most of the time it doesn't even matter, is what I'm, like, I don't even know how to, like, explain this, but, like...
Like, it doesn't matter as in...
If he has drive or not, if he's happy, if he has that fleeting, if he has that instant happiness, the instant gratification, be like, oh, dude, I'm gonna go home and watch anime or YouTube or
right.
I'm just eat like shit, and I'm not gonna care. But he is probably so much happier. I think probably happier than the person like obsessing over being like, oh my god, I'm not enough. Oh, I need to do more. I need to like.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Because like I feel like I've had that point where I'm like, dude, I'm like losing my mind because I'm just like I'm a stack of garbage or whatever, and then I'm just like, it would be so much easier if I just didn't have any drive and I was just all right with just eating chips on the couch watching TV.
Yeah, see, I don't get that. I don't think that's real. I don't think this is a general sweeping statement, but I don't think anyone is happy doing that.
You don't think there's a single person out there on my 600-pound
How? How? I don't get
it's just like you don't have any expectations, you don't have any, like, I feel like it hurts.
But you could still try to be a better version of yourself. Sitting down...
You could watch a better show and have a better snack.
That's a good point, man.
Yeah, I don't know. But I know what you're saying, because I don't want that to be me, but sometimes I secretly feel myself becoming that, like...
Same.
Like, oh,
Same.
This is so nice. I can just stay at home and just not...
Yeah, like, I just want to relaxed today. But there's nothing wrong with that. But it's also like there is something inherently wrong with it. But I don't know why. I don't know why we have that mentality right now.
And I feel like it's just like everyone has that though too. Like, and I wonder if it's just the age. Like, I wonder if it's just something in like this time period where you're just like, I need to be doing something. I need to be like trying harder at something, like become something or someone. And then as you like just get older, you're just like, I'd rather just
more
relax.
content with life.
Yeah, just like happier. You're like, oh, I did what I did.
I
Like,
do feel that creeping in sometimes. I'm like,
you should become complacent. Like,
because I remember when I was like 18 or 20, I was like dead set on not living in this state. And like I was convinced that this area was like
hell.
the source of source of my unhappiness, but it's just that's so like not true.
I definitely think in like your environment plays into it like a lot. Like, I definitely think that like who you hang around or who you're around can make or break whether or not.
Yeah.
Like, so I understand that a little bit, but I tried living outside of PA and
Really? Do tell.
And it was I will say it was all right for the time being or whatever, but then you just like sit there and you're just like, it doesn't matter where you are.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you're not right in your head, then it doesn't even, like, you could be unhappy anywhere and you could be happy anywhere.
Right.
Like,
you don't get that until like you actually go outside of your area. You know what I mean?
yeah.
I don't know, when you were not living in Pennsylvania, like how long did it take you to realize that you didn't like it where you were? Was it immediate or was it like a...
No, dude, to be honest with you, like it was a weird transition because I was at like the peak happiness level I've ever been at in my life when I was just like hitchhiking, just thumbing it like across America. Like,
that's
I've
awesome.
never been like that was peak happiness in my like, I don't know if it's either that or just getting frisky. Like, there's like those are the two top things in my life that were just like, I cannot beat this shit. And I came from that. So I was riding this really awesome high, and then I went and started living in LA, and I was just felt like I was like not moving, I guess, in a sense. Like, it just felt like staying in that area after I've been like just jumping around and meeting, like, you know, living the life of a nomad was so much cooler. And I was like, oh man, like I could just like live at home or live, you know, in PA where I was raised and be around the family and people that I like love, and then decide to just be like, oh, I'm gonna do an adventure, and I'd probably be way happier doing that than being like trying to like
find a new home or something.
Yeah, find like a new environment, new friends, new.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like I didn't have anybody out there. Obviously, I had Jack and Akash, but it was just like we were at each other's throats, man. It was like,
really? Wait, like
in our apartment, man, we were just like, I think we were all just like so stressed. We were just all just like,
I'm just trying to find jobs
and just like worried about rent and just like, oh my god, and we just like idiots like who just like I cannot believe we just uprooted our lives and just moved literally all the way across the country, and I think we were just all just so on it. I feel like I was probably the most on edge because I was just like, I had a real job. Like, I just like lost, like I just I left my real job.
Yeah.
And then I was like doing like some bullshit production PA shit, and I was like. And then I was like, had this realization where I was like, all right, I could be out here, like, doing this bullshit PA stuff for people who are, like, cooler than me or whatever, like, what I think are, like, you know, famous people, you know, brushing shoulders with these famous people and thinking it's real cool. And then I was like, why do I even, like, want to be in this circle? Like, I could just go do my own shit, whether it is just, like, doing a stupid podcast or something like that, or, like, making my own videos. But I would feel way more fulfilled and cooler, like, having my own project and, like, working on trying to like weasel my way into like Hollywood or something like that.
Yeah,
it's
dude,
like
the rat race.
I don't even like it enough to be like, this is what I want to like. I'd rather just be able to find my own.
Do your own thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter where you are.
Yeah.
How to do that.
Especially this time, dude. There's like, dude, social media, like videos. Like I'd be content just the rest of my life just making stupid videos, whether they get views or not. Just like I'm making it what I want to make out of it, and then whatever.
There's really no excuse not to.
Yeah.
Either. That's the other thing too.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so many people don't get started with that, and they have like all these other excuses as to why they don't.
Yeah. No.
That's why you're specialized.
Don't talk to me.
What other questions do you have? I'm bored
Already?
No, I'm just kidding. This coffee's good. I'm
It is good. I wish I had like a way to just keep it at the optimal temperature the
I
whole
know,
time. Like
I know.
that's a problem that needs to be solved. All right, here's one that's kind of related to my happiest I've been in my life. What is the happiest time of your life? What is the moment that you were like, I am so happy? Like that what moment in your life was like peak happiness?
Damn, that's like a deep question.
Yeah, it's a hard one too because you really got to like
I have
think
to
back.
think about it, and that's dead time on the podcast.
That's all right. I don't care.
The happiest I've ever been?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
It's
all
hard. No, it's all good.
Because
When I wrote that question down, I was thinking about how I would answer it or whatever, and I was like, this is actually really hard.
Crisis.
It's actually a really hard question.
That's a shitty question. Next one.
All right, what's the worst time in your life?
That's way easier to answer. No. Best time. The happiest moment of my life? Dude, that's making me think about how boring my life is.
And dude, that's what I was thinking too. I was like, dude, I don't do enough shit.
That's what I'm saying. How can you... That goes back to like how do you just eat snacks and watch TV all day? I don't know. But anyway.
Are you self-reflecting now?
I am.
Are you that snack eater?
Bro, sometimes. Sometimes I am. And that's okay. I don't know. I don't have an answer. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine. Here's another one that I feel like
Let me think. I'll think on it in the back.
Yeah, we'll do a little callback to it later.
Yeah.
What's the most adventurous thing you've ever done? Or a trip?
I've killed a man. No, no, probably. I would say probably my trip with a cock when we drove across the country.
Yeah, I feel like that's one of those things that like I wonder if most people do that or not, but like it's like one of those things where it's just like if you don't do it, you are missing out on like an experience that is just so like I don't know, it's just so unique and just different every time you do it. It'll never be the same.
The memories you have of like the landscapes that you see are so.
What was your favorite state to drive through?
Utah.
Yeah, it was
100%.
Yeah,
Utah.
you didn't go through Oregon though, did you?
No.
Oh, that one.
Better?
Oh my god, dude. The best road that I've ever been on was the 101. That one is
really?
like the oh my, it doesn't get better than that one in America.
That's in Oregon?
It runs the whole West Coast all the way up to top to bottom. And it's like you'll go through like the redwoods and then you go to the shoreline of California and then you see like the coastline of Oregon.
Oh, that's
and it's just
crazy.
Like, dude.
How long of a trip is that? Do you know?
The drive, you could probably do it pretty quick. I hitchhiked down in maybe a week, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I was coming from Portland or Seattle.
Wait, so you hitchhiked up to Oregon and then down?
And then down, yeah.
Wow, I didn't know that. I thought you just went straight to LA.
No, my mom was like crying on the phone and she called me and she was like, go to your brother's, go to your brother's. So
Where's
like
your brother?
I was halfway across the country and he lived in basically on like in Washington. So I was like, sure, I'll just go to Oregon, whatever. I'll go up because I wanted to go to Yellowstone anyways.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'll go through Yellowstone. Got through Yellowstone, and when I was already up that high, I was like, I might as well just go cut over, and just go see my brother. So I stayed a few days with him, and then I started up again and hiked all the way down the 101. But yeah, that's why I went out there because my mom was basically just wanted me to be safe for a couple days, and I was like, sure.
Were you like ever in any danger on your hitchhiking at all, or no?
I had to deny a few rides that I was like, I don't know if I'll live.
What were the people that were offering that you had to deny?
They weren't offering. It was just like the most sketched out people I've ever seen in my life. Like, dude, like the one I forget where. I think I was probably in Oregon when I denied this ride. I was coming down the coastline, and I was hitchhiking, and a white van rolled up, and then I was like, all right, sweet, like I'll see what they got or whatever, where they're going or whatever.
Yeah.
So I go up, and I always talk to them. I always make it a goal to talk to the person before I even like get in. I'm like, yo, where you heading? Like I just try to see if they're like kooky, weird.
Right.
Sometimes my judgment was a little off on the kooky radar, but then these people were like the greasiest. Like it was a woman and a man. This man was like so skinny.
Manson types.
Dude, so skinny. They were two white people. I think they might have had tattoos if I can remember properly. But this guy and girl were like, and I mean I've been around people who've been on, substances, so I was able to tell that like these people were cranked out of their mind.
This was in Oregon?
This was in, and I mean they were my mother, and they were like tweaking, like and this guy was driving a car, and this girl was just like, and I was like,
Jeez.
and they were like, oh, we're going down the road or whatever, and then the next town that they said that I wanted to go to, I was like, yeah, I was like, actually, I'm gonna see if somebody's going a little further. Because I was just like, I'm not getting in this car. This van that I was just like, no way.
That's weird, man.
Yeah, no windows in this van, so I was just like sketched out. I was like, dude, slide the door. There's just a bunch of people grab. I don't even know. They
You can't mess with that.
Like dose me with. I don't know. Like my brain was just like my radar, my gut was just like, do not get in this car.
I'm surprised you had that instinct, honestly, because I honestly thought you would just get in an antibody.
Oh no, dude! I usually can tell whether a person is like a good person or not, like off of the first encounter of like. I feel like most people can, like that radar, that judgment. I feel like you've been around enough pieces of garbage. You're like, oh,
yeah, you can.
This
tell.
This reminds me of a piece of garbage.
Yeah, that's true.
And they just reminded me of a piece of garbage. So I was just like, yeah, I'm not getting in that car.
Right.
And it was funny because literally maybe like 20 minutes down the road, I got in another car.
Yeah.
And then like this person dropped me off. And I was like thumbing it again, like way down the road, and they passed me again, and I made eye contact with them, and I was like, and they just put my thumb down, and I was just like, trying not to get in their car again.
That sucks. What if they're the nicest people, man?
They could have been. Let me check if this is rolling again. I know sometimes it shuts off when it's over fucking 16 minutes or whatever. But yeah, I just didn't want to jump in that car again, and I was like, I'm not doing that shit. But yeah, all right. Here's one that's kind of fun. Would you kill baby Hitler?
So if you kill baby Hitler, he obviously doesn't become Hitler.
Mm-hmm.
Which is kind of unfortunate. Because he had a lot of good paintings. I'm just saying. He was a talented artist. Through and through.
I don't know. People usually say that he's pretty average, but
I don't understand that. I've actually seen the one famous painting, and I was like, that's actually not bad.
I cannot,
it's like the building and the street.
Think about any of his paintings. I usually just think about what he did. But would I kill baby Hitler?
You can't have a Hitler the dictator without Hitler the artist, all right?
That's true. Can't have Picasso without Hitler.
I don't know if I'd kill him. I think that's one of those like pivotal, if you believe in like fate,
yeah.
If you're gay, if you believe in destiny, then like that's one of those moments where
would somebody else just do it? Like
it's essential for human history.
Yeah.
Like Genghis Khan. It's one of those things.
I always wonder, like, you ever see that TV show? I think it's like it's the Stephen King short story with James Franco where he goes back in time and kills
when did this come out?
Oh, dude, it was so good. It came out a while ago. I think 2008-ish or something. Okay.
Oh, so it's old as fuck.
Yeah, it was old, but it was really good. It was off this like short story. So James Franco goes back in time to kill JFK's killer, and then when he comes back to his present time, it's like fucks everything up.
Yeah.
And like it's just like a post-apocalyptic world or whatever.
Right.
And I always wonder like it would be so interesting to see the other alternative. Like if there was no Hitler, what would the world would it be better or would it be worse?
Do you think someone would have just filled that void?
I know, that's what I wonder. I wonder if somebody in Germany just would have just fucking picked up the mantle and just been like, you know what? We need to just screw everybody and just conquer the world.
Because
they were already beaten down from World War I, so they probably would have.
Yeah, imagine. Yeah, Hitler had to have been
sour.
A great leader.
Dude, that's what I always wonder though. If he just didn't screw up that one thing of just being like, and I'm just gonna like, he probably could have conquered so much more.
Imagine saying, we're gonna round all these fuckers up.
Imagine being like, great idea, like let's do that. That's gonna get everybody on our side. Like I love that idea.
Like amping up a crowd. We're gonna get all these fucking guys.
Did you ever listen to the English translated version of his speech?
I've heard a little bit of it.
Yeah,
crazy.
It's kind of nuts.
He won me over.
I was ready.
I'd vote for him. I was ready, dude.
Oh, did you hear about that? I don't know. I'm hoping you know more about this than I do, but this might just go
The
to
leaked stuff?
the leak stuff. No.
Oh, no,
Well,
go ahead, sorry.
no. Continue what you were saying. I have mine written down. So.
No, apparently, like, war plans were leaked in a group chat.
Yes, I did see that. And with, dude, that thing bothers me because apparently it was a George who's the journalist? Basically, apparently,
I don't know.
the journalist was in this top secret signal chat from the get-go. So it was like, all right, apparently all like the top leaders, and then this whistleblower journalist somehow snuck his way into the signal group chat, and he was just like, how are you just like typing in this and not checking who's in the group chat?
That's what I'm saying. Also, a group chat? What are we doing? What was it, on fucking Threads? That makes no sense to me. I would expect like a secure email chain, or like, are they just on WhatsApp?
Like a tops? They're on the Signal app. The encoded.
Okay.
But like, I just think it's funny that that's what they're on also. But
yeah.
Why are they not just being like, let's have a meeting and like not do this over?
They do a Zoom call and the one guy's got his camera blacked out.
Just with a recorder. Just like, yeah. But honestly, I was kind of pissed off that everybody was like, yeah, let's go bomb. Yeah, like, what are they? They were like, where are they wanted to bomb Somalia? Is that what they were trying to talk about?
I think something. That's how ignorant I am. I'm like, whatever. They could have been bombing.
Dude, they could. But that's exactly what I was gonna say. It's just like the most American people don't even know what the hell they're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you just trying to bomb some random place that we don't even like?
Yeah, it makes no sense.
But also it's like, apparently there was like no fight either. We're just like, all right, yeah, sounds good. I guess we're just gonna do this. It's like, whoa, there's not like more discussion that goes on with this. It's like, we're gonna kill a bunch of people.
Fucking get them.
but everyone's just like, yeah, sounds good. Let's just go drop a bunch of bombs. I just think that was I just can't believe that.
All in the chat, do you know?
It was JD Vance, Gabby or Tulsi Gabbard, is it Pete Buttigieg? Is it DOD or whatever his?
Isn't he Democrat?
Pete? No, he's that guy with the tattoo that everybody was saying is like racist. Hegseth.
Yeah,
he was in it.
Yeah.
But those are all like the notable people I feel like that
Those are pretty notable people to be like, let's bomb fucking Rhode Island or what? African Rhode Island or whatever.
I just don't understand that. Also, I hope they get so much backlash for it. Just to be like I just hope everybody just chews them apart for just being ignorant.
Who, Hegseth?
Everyone in that group chat for not like being like, let's think about this.
Ignorant.
I just feel like it was ridiculous that they were just like, let's just do this anyways.
Yeah.
It's funny though. I just heard about that yesterday. That you just brought that up. Where did you hear about that from? Like, what did you?
I was talking to my girlfriend and she just brought it up.
She just brought it up.
Yeah, because I don't really read news.
It's hard to find like things to like follow. Like, there's no like news. Like, I don't want to like listen to the news or like cue into the news because I feel like most of what they say is just BS and just like twisted. And I'm just like, I don't actually know if this is the truth or not.
I feel like a lot of people feel that way, but then it's also like it's the news, so that's like the only source of like getting information, even if it's skewed. So, like, you and I will be like, I don't watch the news. Yeah. But the first headline I see is, like, Michelle Obama has a dick or something, and I'm like, what? Like, I believe it immediately. I don't do any further investigation.
I hate that most of what I hear is through podcasts, to be honest with you, and I hate that I'm that guy where I'm just like, I just heard somebody else say it. Yeah. So now...
And I've done none of my
own research.
You know?
Yeah, just like, it must be true. He said it. Like,
just like, holy shit.
I went to DC like I think a week or two ago over the weekend.
I love DC.
And I got to see Trump's helicopter come in, land, and then leave. And I thought that was pretty cool. I got so drunk there. Me and my girlfriend went out to dinner, and we had like a bottle of wine, and then she like went to bed. We got drunk at the hotel lobby, and then we went to bed. And I was laying in bed. It was like 10:30, and I was like, I'm not tired. So I got up and just went down to the hotel lobby. I just got so obliterated by myself, just sitting there, right? And then probably spent like $60 because those drinks were not cheap. I didn't even look at my card or whatever, but I ended up getting on one of those Lime scooters.
I love those, dude.
Dude, they were so fun. They're so
That's
fun.
the best place to do it is DC.
Dude, it was so fun. And I was just ripping around, and you would not believe the amount of, like, drunk bastards that I was just coming in contact with at night. It was like 11 or 12.
Yeah.
Dude, and I fell probably like 6 or 7 times, just like taking neckers, dude.
Yeah,
Dude, there was
trash on the line scooter.
Dude, there was this like curve. I was at the Capitol building, and I
yeah.
was like, "Oh, sweet!" Like because I didn't get to see it through the day. I was like, "I'm gonna go check it out."
It's
or
cool
whatever.
at night.
It was really cool, but I rode up there, and I thought that there was like I thought it was a sidewalk, you know, and the sidewalk like lips down to like the road.
Yeah.
So I thought that it was gonna do that because it literally looked like that. It looked like it was going right into a parking lot. And dude, I took my lime and I was going too fast. And I was too drunk to even, like, make a decision. And I just launched my lime off of this curb. And I just went probably, like, 6 feet, just rolling.
Dude, that's a rough landing.
Dude, and I was just, like, laughing my ass off, just drunk as a skunk, just rolling.
Were you with Emily?
No, I was by myself. I was just rolling around.
Went on the
Because she was in bed. And I was like, whatever, I'm drunk. I'm going to go.
Fuck it.
Just get more drunk and go see the Capitol. Because she didn't want to go see it the next morning. So I was like, I'll just go see it tonight. And then she doesn't have to go. But it was just that, and I woke up. I woke up that night or that morning, I guess, at like 5 a.m. on the hotel bathroom floor because I was puking my guts out, rough, and I was like, so I didn't even sleep in a bed. And then I that morning drove back to Reading and played in a rugby game.
Damn.
And I was just so hungover.
That sounds like an
awful time. It was so horrible. It was horrible. It was so fun. Would I do it again? Yes. Oh, this is what I wanted to ask you. The you're probably not going to even know what I'm talking about here, but did you see anything about the pyramid, the new pyramid discovery or whatever, with like the LiDAR technology that they like?
Where is it, in Egypt?
In Egypt, yeah, the Great Pyramids. They like scan the pyramids, and apparently there's like these like huge columns that go underground, like 600 meters.
Really?
And then there's like
no way.
boxes under them, and they just don't know what. Like people are just still just like what like. It just changed, like, everything what they thought. They thought it was just a pyramid.
There's no way that's real.
Dude, I don't know if it's real or not, but I saw it the other day, and I was like...
It's one of those headlines.
That's pretty crazy. Shit. I was hoping you would know about it or whatever, because...
No. I want that to be true, and I don't think it's true.
I hope it's true.
Of course, yeah. I hope it is, too.
I hope it's aliens. But I honestly think there was, like... I don't know. I don't think that the Egyptians built it. I'm just going to be honest with you. I think it's crazy that we are even pretending like that's still the case.
You think it's aliens?
No. I think a different culture was inhabiting Egypt.
It couldn't have been a Middle Eastern guy. It had to have been...
They're too incestual. Like, they're just...
Yeah.
I don't know. I just don't believe it. But I just think that there's so many mysteries around it. But
Wait, so it wasn't Egyptians, but it was another culture? What culture?
I don't know. I just think that there's probably like a smarter culture that was just wiped that we just don't even know about. And I just think that a lot of like their technology just didn't leave any trace.
That's such a crazy statement. I have no idea what other like...
I imagine that there was some kind of Dude, the fact that we can't even do it to this day, if we tried to be like, let's build some
That's
pyramids.
wild. That's wild.
Like, come on. You're telling me that they were just, like, on the backs of slaves? Like, build these things.
Nah, I don't know if that's right. See, that's where I don't think it's right. But also, what if it could have been, like, a conjoined thing? Like a United Nations kind of thing? I don't know.
I don't know either. But I hope in my lifetime, in our lifetime, that we will find... something that's actually like, oh wow, that's crazy, like that's how it happened, or like have some kind of closure to it, because I just feel like to this day it's still like, what happened, like how did they do it?
How do we not know?
That's the crazy.
I can Google anything
and you just still don't even know.
Yeah, that's... You'd think we'd have architecture mastered. Sorry, I know you were going to the next question.
No, you're good.
I had a question.
Uh-huh.
You hear about those astronauts in space?
Yeah. Do you think that it was real?
No, I didn't think that'd be your follow-up question on that. Yeah, of course it was real. Did you see what they look like when they came out?
No,
they look like they were in space for 9 months.
I was just thinking, because I don't know if you watched the landing, but like it was like it just felt like so like it felt
like it was like claymation.
AI generated or something. It just felt weird, like the
what
parachute.
What felt weird about it?
Did you watch it land?
No. Can we pull it up?
Pull it out. Jamie, pull it up. I wish, dude. The one day we'll just fucking pop it up. But yeah, but it was just I don't know. It's just crazy that it just like something in my brain was telling me that it just looks off.
Does it look off because you're not used to seeing things come out of orbit and fall on back into our space?
That could be it. They probably filmed it on weird camera.
I mean, you know what I think is hilarious? The two that when they came out, the guy looked completely fine. The woman looked like a mummy.
Dude, right? Just the sunken eyes and just like.
Did she look like that before?
The one photo I saw of her, I don't know how long ago it was, but I know she didn't like have like gray hair or anything, so I don't actually know like what she looked like before she went into space. But
could you imagine how weak you'd be coming out of space?
My question is, how did they like they obviously didn't plan to be in there for 9 months, in space for 9 months. So what did they like do for food rations? Did they just have 9 months worth of food sitting on?
They have to have a ton of
and
rations.
Like water and like.
I would imagine they'd have a ton of rations up there.
Like, I would just be worried about resources, because I would just be like, dude, we're going to run out of oxygen, we're going to run out of, like... But they just didn't.
Yeah,
like,
we got to pull up the schematics for the...
like,
I'd be honest something.
Like,
where'd they get the air from?
Was it the space station? It wasn't the space station.
It was ISS.
It was? Okay,
yeah.
So they were stuck on there. So I actually could understand them having a ton of resources.
ISS is huge.
And I don't know, like, how they... Yeah, it's massive. And it's, like, also all those other countries that, like, help support it, right?
But only America was up there?
Well, apparently they take shifts.
So what, China is next?
I don't know, like, who's in the, like, the... I think Russia might actually be in like, on that...
That's crazy to me.
Too. Yeah, Russia? What do you mean? That we're...
No, are they in the ISS?
I think so. Well, like, who else is, like, into space as much as Russia? Because, I mean, that's, like, the space race was them.
Yeah.
So you would think that they'd probably be, like, the next up,
but,
or
like,
sophisticated...
ISS... is like a conjoined effort from all the other countries, I would imagine.
Is it only the UN that's in it? It's not just it, right?
I don't know if they have, we would call them cosmonauts. Russians.
Okay.
Russians.
Okay.
It's a Russian astronaut, cosmonaut.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. I don't know if they actually call
they sent the first dog into space, Russia?
Why would you do that?
They killed it. His name was Laika.
That's fucked up.
Yeah.
Did you
pulled it off the street, threw it in there?
You said you were in DC.
Uh-huh.
Did you go to the Air and Space Museum?
Yeah.
Did
Underwhelming.
Yeah. I thought it was awesome. It was smaller than what the outside appears.
Well, they also had it blocked off, so I couldn't see the World War I history and the World War II one. So, like...
Same.
Yeah, why? Is that how it always is? Or did they open that...
I think they were working on it, like, going under renovations. But anyway... Two things about the Air and Space Museum. The Enterprise, when you walk in from Star Trek, it's just there, like, on display.
Also, there's, like, Star Wars shit everywhere.
I found that to be strange.
That's what I was saying to Em. I was like, why are we bringing, like, sci-fi into this?
Yeah.
This feels like this is all made up. Like, when you tie, like, when I see a statue of Yoda, I'm like, the space station is starting to look really fake right now.
Why am I at Chewbacca's cafe right now?
But I was thinking that same thing. I was like, dude, this all just seems so fake.
It's bizarre.
Do you think we made it on the moon? Also, I wanted to ask.
I think, that's. I think so, but also I think that we could have faked it pretty good.
Yeah, I don't think we did it. I'm probably dying on that hill.
Really?
Yeah, I just don't think, dude. The fact that I don't care what anybody says. The fact that we're not coming back there, and people are gonna pretend like, oh, like there's no reason to go back there. The amount of money that you can make just selling like space rocks. Or just like...
That's very true.
Or just set up a space station on the moon. Like, why would you not just set up a space station on the moon instead of having a near-Earth orbit? Like, I just feel like there's so much that we could do on the moon that we're just choosing not to.
But, like, logistically speaking, construction on the moon?
Yeah, but you don't think the construction of a craft that goes outside into space is even... Like, that's nuts. Like, that's so nuts. And you want me to believe, oh, they just landed it there and then they were just like...
Nah.
Yeah, we'll leave it. We don't care. We put our flag there. That's all we care about. Like,
that is tough.
Also, like, Elon Musk, I'm pretty sure, has even talked about how he still has... He wants to go to the moon. He wants to go to Mars, obviously. But he can't get to the moon yet. And you're telling me with the technology he has today, he can't just be like, we're going to go land on the moon.
That is a good point. I can't argue with that.
Also, none of the original footage, like, all that footage that you see of people walking on the moon, isn't, like... the original footage. It's a copy of a copy. So like they filmed like it's basically like putting it on a projector and me like playing it on a TV,
Mm-hmm.
and then me videotaping the TV. That's what you're seeing. Yeah, it's not they also destroyed the original spacecraft. Apparently, so they destroyed all the technology so that we can't like get past the radiation belt. Like we don't have the technology anymore.
What?
So it's just like, what are you? That just all is so fishy. Like, why would you? That's some of the most important technology ever, and you're telling me you don't have it anymore? Unless they're just lying, like they're just like keeping it somewhere, and they're.
I think this is worth looking into, but I don't want to. I grew up thinking that we were number one. If that's not the case, I don't know if I could live with myself.
My world will just be blown.
Yeah, like
we're still number one in pretty much
everything.
nothing else, but not in education, not in.
No, we're bad. Yo, at my job, we have these guys, this robot that they brought in.
That's awesome, and it does shit for you guys.
I'm not done talking. The guys that they brought in are from the Netherlands, and they're crazy smart. Like they know like eight languages. But the guy made a comment today. He said, "Everything in Europe is better than America." How do you feel about that?
I would probably believe it. I think a lot of the stuff that we hear through kids, like in the education system and everything, that we're like number one, we're never on the moon, it's just all like propaganda for us to be nationalists. It is. Like
I love being a nationalist. I love loving my country.
I do too.
Why is that?
We were raised to it. Like we were just
So
like
true.
be so patriotic. Everybody was hanging a flag in front of their house. I feel like nobody is like that anymore. I feel like the patriots, like there are no more like die-hard Americans nowadays, to where it's like.
And if they are, they're fucking crazy.
They're nuts.
And they're not really
nuts.
All there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They're like a super extreme right-wing people, I feel. And I shouldn't even say extreme right. I just feel like they're all super right-wing leaning.
Like, there's no room for
like military man.
Yeah.
And it's just like there is no just like American dream people anymore where they're just like.
I know. Well, like I feel this is gonna sound generic because people say it a lot, but like another 9/11 type catastrophe
might just turn it around.
I mean, think about it. Like a unified front against some like that is.
Yeah, where you just join up and we're just like I think that's why they loved war so much. I think that's why I think it just pushes the economy and everybody's like, we hate this person, we hate this country.
Yeah.
And I feel like right now it's become everybody hates Trump or Elon or something. Mm-hmm. And I just feel like, dude, can we just like pick another enemy? Like, can we just like not just hate ourselves?
Preferably someone in the Middle East.
Yeah. That we could bomb without any repercussions.
Some guy who has no idea what's coming. that's
I will rain hell on you. Did you see his tweet? I just love his tweets about him just like threatening to just drop hell on those middle.
Trump?
Yeah.
He's tweeting about it?
Dude, he like threatens them to be like, if you don't release those hostages, America will rain hell down on you like you have never seen before. And it's just like, dude, I love that so much. That makes me go, I'm proud to be an American.
Right?
Like,
someone who's not afraid to lay down the law. Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
What other questions you got?
What scares you the most?
Being mauled to death.
By what animal?
I think like a grizzly bear. I don't want to try and sound like Joe Rogan, but I do have like sometimes I'll be like sometimes like you're in bed at night, you're trying to go to sleep and you just can't get like the one thing out of your head. For me, it's like, and again Joe Rogan stuff. Chimps and bears. I'll think about like because I remember when I was a kid there was that woman that got her fucking face ripped off by her friend's pet chimp.
Yes.
It wasn't even her chimp. It was her friend's pet chimp.
Wasn't it? Who was like mad that she got birthday cake or something like that? Dude, it was like over like food or something.
Something trivial to us, but very important to a chimp.
Yes. Decided to tear her face apart.
But like, I remember.
I think a chimp would be scarier than a grizzly bear, in my opinion.
I don't know. I think like, I remember hearing the story. My mom. I remember, because I was a kid, like super young. And my mom was looking it up on the computer, and she found an image of the woman's reconstructed face, and I was like, you gotta show me. And she was like, no, I can't show you this. And I never ended up seeing it because she was shielding me from it. But my imagination ran fucking wild. And then my dad was telling me that the chimp, like, the cops were trying to shoot this chimp and it wasn't dying. And they told me that it ripped the door handles off of the fucking cop car.
Oh my god.
After, biting this woman's face off. So chimps, I'm definitely afraid of. Grizzly bears, definitely afraid of. Or bears.
Bears in general.
Yeah. You ever seen a bear live?
Oh yeah, real? Oh yeah. Em and I were walking in Roanoke.
Black bear?
Black bear, we saw a black bear. My whole life growing up where I grew up, like, we had a black bear come up and just steal a pizza at our birthday party. We were kids.
What a rascal.
Just stole a whole pizza pie, and then just walked away with it. And we were like, what the? And we ended up following it with BB guns. We were kids. We were just like, what idiots were we like?
That's retarded.
So
stupid.
Following this bear with BB guns like they were gonna do anything. Lay down. There you go. But yeah, that was probably the craziest one. But then Em and I were taking a hike up the Appalachian part in Roanoke, Virginia.
Yeah.
And a little teenage black bear just walked across the trail, and I remember just being like, I didn't really care, because I know black bears aren't really scary unless they have cubs around. Like,
Yeah.
if I saw a grizzly bear, I think twice. But
Yeah.
and Em was just bawling her eyes out.
She thought she was gonna die.
So scared. She was like, let's turn around. I was like, no, come on, let's go,
Mm.
whatever. Because I wanted to go to the peak or whatever.
Yeah.
But I just remember she was like so scared of that bear. And it was honestly you probably would have thought it was so funny because she was just bawling her eyes out. And I was just like, come on, let's go. And I just brought her up the trail or whatever.
I saw a black bear once. I was with my girlfriend. We were quite high on marijuana. We had reefer madness, and we were out. You know where like I think it's like the DNL trail.
Where's it at?
It's like, no, it wasn't the DNL. We were out by like in the Palmerton area.
Okay, yeah, I don't really hike up there that often, so I don't really know.
Jim Thorpe.
Yeah,
area.
I know where it is, but I don't know what trails are up there.
We were like stoned
Uh-huh.
out of our minds, and then we were getting to the end of this trail. I know nothing about bears.
Uh-huh.
I didn't know black bears were like the ones you prefer to run into
Yeah.
because they're kind of docile.
Uh-huh.
Bro, we came at the end of this trail, and I am just stoned to the bone. And this it was a huge black bear. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not exaggerating. I probably am exaggerating, but like this bear just like was probably like 15 feet away, and I just was like, oh my god, I'm gonna die. And my girlfriend was like super chill, super calm. I was kind of like Emily in this scenario.
Yeah.
I was just bawling. No, I wasn't crying. But I just went into like fight or flight mode. And I was like, get back. Like we're walking backwards, looking at the bear. Like I was.
Did he look at you guys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did not give a fuck.
Didn't
and
give
just
a
walked
shit,
away.
Yep. That's how that one was at the other trail too. Just looks at you, and just like.
And meanwhile, I'm like pale. I'm like, I'm gonna have to fucking
fight a bear.
And then I realized I was like, I gotta give up myself for this person. What bullshit? The bear was. I thought we were gonna die. I really did.
My brother Eric set up a trail cam because he's like big into hunting or whatever.
Yeah.
And there's a trail cam at my mom's house, and it like takes photos like chronologically. So like when there's movement, it'll take a photo.
Yeah.
And the first photo is Axel walking up, literally like how he is in that photo, and walking up, taking a shit on the camera, right?
Yeah.
The next photo is a huge black bear just walking behind him. And we were just like, holy shit. So you're telling me he took a shit, and then a black bear just trailed him.
He knew?
Dude, if Axel saw that black bear, he probably would have tried to fight it.
Really?
Probably. Oh yeah, he's a dude.
Pit bull.
Yeah, he's a nut. He would have tried to fight it. Like an idiot. Like
the idea of him not knowing he's being stalked by like an
so
apex predator
funny.
Is really funny.
But he's fine. I mean, but it was just hilarious. It was like honestly just like boom. It was just funny taking a poop and then black bear just following right behind.
It's weird that they're like cool. Like they're not like scary bears.
I
guess in a sense.
If they have cubs though, that's when you're like,
yeah, you don't want to be around.
Get away from this.
Yeah. But what was the question that I answered?
What are you scared of?
Yeah, being like brutally mauled is a huge fear of mine.
Yeah.
What about you?
If we're talking about like being scared of like the sense of like pain or something like that. Being burnt alive would be terrifying. Like a slow.
I hear it's okay. I don't.
Yeah, somebody lives to tell the tale. Like, yeah, it's not that bad. While they're just skin graft. Yeah. I remember my mom told me a story because she was like, she used to work in the emergency room, and she told me a story about this woman who was like depressed or like sad or something about her daughter doing something. I vaguely remember, you know, like the reason why she did it. Went in the shower, dumped a gallon of gasoline over her, and then lit herself on fire. Realized she didn't want to die, turned the water on, and just burned her whole.
Oh, the skin just came off.
And she was just telling me like how like it was just my god,
like, she felt stupid, dude.
Oh my god, could you imagine making that decision and then being like, well, fuck it, I fucked up.
You seen the videos of the guys burning themselves for like Palestine?
Dude, the monks and stuff. Is that? Oh, I didn't see the Palestine one. I've seen like the monks try to do it in like protests.
Yeah, those are interesting. There's ones where like that happened when the Palestine stuff started popping off. Like U.S. Soldiers. Yeah, there's a video. You can find it. It is brutal. It's like in front of like a Israeli embassy in America, and he's got like a little hydro flask, like filled with
gasoline.
I think it was like kerosene.
Okay.
And he's like he was videotaping himself. He was like, yeah, like this is bad. And he looked really shaken up, but he was like, I'm butchering it. But he was, you know, giving his spiel. It's like a minute-long video, and he props up the camera, goes up in front of the embassy, dumps the kerosene all over himself, and lights himself on fire. And he's screaming, "Free Palestine!" The whole time.
Oh my god.
Until he can't speak anymore because of the fucking fire in his lungs. But like, that video, dude, that fucked me up so much. It was so unnerving to watch. And burning alive is awful. But it made me realize, I'm going to ask you a question. What do you think about seeing extremely graphic shit on our phones nowadays?
See, I just
Are we overtime?
Yeah, I think it'll just save onto the next slot or whatever. I just have to piece it together. But I saw I watch a bunch of like those like the GoPro footage of people fighting the Ukraine war or whatever.
Oh,
like the body cam footage and stuff like that. I watched this one where this guy was in like a single combat, just one-on-one with this Russian soldier, and he like shoots or whatever. He gets shot a few times or whatever, but then it comes to like hand to hand where there's a knife and they're wrestling.
I think I saw this video.
Dude, and he gets like stabbed, basically dies.
Yeah.
But then he's like, stop. He's like,
you
won, brother. You're a better fighter. Just let me die in peace. And the guy's just like so like you could tell that guy's all like fucked up too, like just destroyed, and he's just like, all right, I'll walk away, and he just lets him die in peace, and he's just sitting there bleeding out, just after he just got done fighting this guy and just got his like probably stabbed like 7 times.
The fact that we can watch these videos, I feel like it shouldn't be
on the comfort of our own couches.
I'm like, I just jerked off.
Yeah,
I go over to
just had a meal.
I go over to fucking people blowing up on Reddit. What's up with that?
Yeah, it's nuts. I honestly, I feel like I hear people talk about this a lot, but I actually don't think, and maybe I'm just weird or whatever, but it doesn't really affect me as much as you would, like, I feel like people talk about it affecting them. Like, it's not like it's happening to me. Like, I feel like I can disconnect myself enough. The one video that I've seen that I still think about that I thought was pretty screwed up was watching, like, in high school, somebody, you know, those weird kids that are, like, showing you cartel videos. Like, people being beheaded.
Yeah.
I watched this one where this guy got beheaded, and that one screws me up to this day. That's, like, the only one where I was like, dude, he didn't even have a chance.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just getting his head chopped off with a dull machete.
Alive. Yeah, that's the worst.
And you're just like, dude, what did this guy do?
Yeah.
What did he do?
Yeah. My dad used to show us ISIS beheading videos.
How old are you?
12, dude. He was very adamant of being like, you need to see this. And then we were watching this like poor this poor guy getting just his head sawed off. He showed us the fucking There was a video. This is terrible. There's a video he showed. The ISIS people put these guys in a cage. The cage was suspended above a deep swimming pool, and the guys were in the cage, and they just dunked the cage in the water, like it was like a steel cage, and just left it there for like 5 minutes, and then pulled them out, and they drowned. They just all drowned. I'm like, Dad, what are we doing here?
Honest to God, though, not a horrible way to go.
I think it's better than getting burnt alive
or your head chopped off for sure.
Yeah, you know that.
Like, all right, I can't get oxygen, and then you just black out.
That's true.
Just black out.
And you know, burning I think would suck up until the point where you can't feel anymore because your nerves will get shot, right? That's what they say.
Yeah, but I think the time that it takes for you to die,
it's longer.
Yeah, so you're just feeling that pain all the way up until you can't. Like I just don't.
Eventually, your eyes will melt.
Just imagine that pain. Just imagine your skin
imagine.
Melting off of you.
I couldn't imagine that.
I can't think of a worse way.
To die is burning alive?
Yeah, I just can't think of a worse way.
Yeah, that's fair.
Going back to grizzly bears or whatever.
Yeah.
Did you ever see that video of the 3 kids who were wrestlers or whatever, and they got attacked by a grizzly bear, and it's like an interview. It's like a news interview, and
are they in Russia?
No, they're Americans.
Oh.
Yeah, and they're what happened? And the one kid just they fought off a grizzly bear. I say these 3, but the one kid, you could tell he probably ran the other direction, and the other 2 were just battered up. I mean, completely face, just probably skull, and they were just sitting there, just yeah. So I saw him getting attacked by the bear, and I knew I had to do something, and he attacked. Imagine just trying to fight a grizzly bear off of your friend. But dude, they lived. I just think that's
amazing.
Imagine fighting a bear and living to tell the story.
Imagine having friends that would be like, let's fight this fucking bear. I feel like that's hard to come by nowadays.
Yeah, these ride or dies where they're just yeah, you know what, I'll fight this bear for you. But yeah, I just couldn't fucking, I don't know. It would be awesome. I would love to have that story being I fought a grizzly bear, but damn, would I want to go through that? No way.
Hell no.
Do you want kids?
Yes.
Why?
Because I want to not make the mistakes. I'm doing the Obama thing here, or the Bill Clinton thing. I want to not make the mistakes. I want to not make the mistakes that my dad made, that he had.
And that's why you want to have kids?
No, I've always wanted kids, but that's the main driving reason is to not be a failure to my offspring.
How long do you think we've been going?
50.
50 minutes?
Yeah. How long do you think we've... How long...
What time did you get here?
I don't know. I didn't come here when we planned it. I came here earlier.
Okay, so it's 6 o'clock now. But yeah, we can wrap it up soon. But because I know my dog wants to go out.
Yeah, I have to
two last questions. God.
Do I believe in it?
Yeah. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I do.
Yeah. All right. Now, is it anything that we have already come up with? You think it's Catholic, Jew? What do you think? Do you think any religion has gotten it right?
I think I'm not really versed on religion, but what's Hinduism? What's Hinduism?
Isn't that Buddhism or whatever, where they basically think you're going to be reincarnated into an animal or another human?
I think that's Hinduism.
Hindu, but I don't know what Buddhism is. I thought that's where you get enlightened and then you're oh, now I'm a god and then I can.
I don't know. I think the God, when you say God, it's it's not a person.
Mm-hmm.
I feel that's a little that's the childish version of God. I feel as you get older, it's how is it a person? It's kind of
I don't think it's a person.
I think it's just an over-encompassing thing. We're all part of the universe, so it's if we die, we're just getting recycled into the universe. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think there's probably something like reincarnation. I don't think there's I don't think it's the end or
Yeah.
nothing. I don't know. I could see it.
Do you
But-
believe in heaven? I don't think I
No.
do.
No.
I don't think I do. I don't think I believe
I think
in
it's
hell.
too black and white. The hell.
Very,
and heaven,
very
like,
black and white. Like why? Yeah, I don't know. Like what's preventing what we're doing right now from being heaven? You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Also, heaven. I heard something a while ago. It's like, cat heaven is mouse hell. You ever think of that? Think of that.
That's something.
Squirrel heaven is dog hell, and vice versa. So what's heaven? That's just
Yeah,
stupid.
it's heaven is different for every
Yes.
single creature. And,
Yeah.
Oh. Thank you, sir.
What a waste of time.